I'm DiPiazza. The American Heart Association is focusing on heart-healthy Halloween once again. All motivation seemed to be out the window for the Tigers this afternoon in Oxford. The team barely putting up a fight against the Rebels. Our sports director, Michael Cobble, joins us now in the studio with the highlights or lack thereof.
Yeah, it didn't exactly go great, did it? Certainly.
We're seeing a lot of progress, of course, but a lot of people out here looking for gas. Now, I'm standing in front of Murphy Express. This is just off of Florida in Wooddale, and people are already lining up here to get gas, but it's not even clear at this time if this station will be open later on today. Right now, they have it completely blocked off with caution tape and cones. We see one car pulling in here right now, so let's see if they can get gas. We saw more people than we should have seen out. Let's just put it that way. A lot of people out, but most of the people that we did interact with today were in their front yards trying to pick up the pieces. You can see here behind me, branches, limbs, leaves, all covering the streets. This is on Cooper Drive, just off of Range Avenue. It's pulled out of the roadway and onto the shoulder, so it really should not be adding any additional time to your drive. I was hoping you would say that. They went through a lot of trouble to get me this cool jersey. It even has my name on the back. I'm standing here just behind Baker City Hall, where people are preparing for this storm last minute. As you can see, it's completely blocked off between Gardier and this church. This is St. John's United Methodist, because as you can see, there are some power lines down here. Now, as we've made our way down Highland Road this morning, a lot of debris in the roadways. We've seen a lot of branches and limbs, things like that, all over the road, giving people a little bit of a hard time getting around those spots. Tonight, big questions remain over how it happened and who's responsible. Now, the state reporting just yesterday, the most cases of COVID are actually among those children ages 5 through 17, and we'll also hear from LDH later today. Come on, there's not even a competition here. We're clearly winning. We're seeing about 30 to 40 people inside that have just been rescued overnight. But we just ran into a pretty familiar face, someone you might recognize. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Boosie, Baton Rouge is on.
Surveillance footage has played a major role in this ongoing investigation. Down power lines are still causing miles and miles of congestion this afternoon. Right now, Sherwood Forest Boulevard is completely closed in both directions. We were seeing some areas with a little bit more water, as this is a construction zone here, but seeming to drain just fine. Well, these rescue efforts here at Segan Calais Apartments have been underway for just over 12 hours now, and these rescue crews have been able to save dozens of residents. It's important to protect your pumpkins, and that's why we're out here this morning. Did you grab your pumpkin yet?
I have not grabbed mine, but I do have my eye on one over there.
One? You're just going to grab one?
Maybe two.
Maybe two. Originally, it was cash only. Finally, they're accepting card. That's our very own Patrick. That's our photographer over there, Mr. Patrick Perry, helping out with the line here. It's been a little bit of an issue having people cutting the line. There's two different entrances here. There's one over here to the left as well. I'll try to zoom in a little bit so you can see. So you can see they have it blocked off, but that has not stopped some people. We've had people driving over the cones. If they don't cooperate,
Right.
it's not going to be good for them.
No, they get the whole can.
That's right. Another positive part of this policy is LSU will allow for their logo or facilities to be used with permission, but athletes won't be able to promote things like alcohol, tobacco, or gambling ahead of this statewide anticipation for sports betting. Another dangerous thing we see all the time is when a power line gets knocked over. That can cause some issues too. You took a little bit too long to get to me. I actually just hit a home run right over that fence.
Hey, how's that traffic out there?
It's okay. It could be better. After an hour-long closure, I-10 West is finally open again. There was an accident here at LA 74. This is the Dutchtown exit, but again, all lanes now open. So we are still seeing some lingering congestion reaching back to LA 44. Federal agents say that they found what appears to be human remains in the Florida Nature Reserve, which is where authorities have been searching for weeks. They're asking people who are coming on over and seeking that last-minute shelter to bring some things with them that they might need for the next couple days. And the friendly skies aren't so friendly anymore. The 5th time that they're doing this, and of course couldn't do it last year. So how did you pull it all together now? Death records are on the brink of shattering in East Baton Rouge Parish. Nearly half of those deaths aren't people who have fallen ill, but are drug or violence related. If you've already gotten these out of sight and out of mind, it may be time to take them back out again. Drivers traveling eastbound on I-12 cannot exit at Sherwood Forest Boulevard. That off-ramp is completely blocked off. You can see here DOTD on the scene redirecting redirecting traffic. So as of right now, drivers can get off at Airline Highway and take Coursey Boulevard to get around that closure. Actually, it's a little sneak peek at the theme we'll see here at Rollins Elementary. It says, let's have a gold medal year. Making your way through the Capitol area over the next few months, you may notice crews trimming trees around power lines on Highland Road. A crowd is an understatement. There are people that are lined up around the block and some that have been in this line now for 2 hours. This decision for LSU football and head coach Ed Orgeron might come as a shock to some this morning. They designed it to be the biggest show that we've seen in 52 years. Now, here's my next question for you. Where are you going to sit? I think this is a fun thing to get in your trick-or-treat bag. Yes. It's different. You've already got a whole bag full of candy. So this changes it up a little bit, too. And this is just one of the many exhibits in here. Of course, they did have to scale it down a bit because of COVID, but we're standing next to a photo booth right now, something that you're probably looking at and wondering what's going on here. What do you got?
Yeah, I got my Hulk hands, and it's like, you know, get those shots, get that vaccine.
That's one way to do it.
6 feet apart.
That's right.
So.
Or else.
Exactly.
Thanks for watching WBRZ News 2 at 6:30. We'll see you at 9. Have a good evening and a happy Friday.